Okay, so we are now on air.
And send him an invite again.
I'm going to do that right now.
Sweet.
Let's see. All right, so I just invited him again.
And you said you went live. Oh, there it goes. All right.
We're live, right?
We are live.
Okay, so what's going on with Big Johnson?
There we go.
He's still not on, right?
Nope.
Dude, he's just really. I'm gonna have to kill him. I'm gonna have to kill him.
Come on, Big Johnson.
I'll invite him again.
Craig, CWB, Live for Wild, Ray. Ray, we interviewed you about 10 minutes ago, buddy. Coda Boy.
Okay, so that's Big Johnson. He wants me to call him.
We sent you the invite, dumbass. He's totally seeing that on the live stream, I'm sure.
He's probably, these guys did this on purpose.
Right? How's everybody doing tonight? What's up, Rich?
He's not on yet, right?
Nope.
Dude, really? I mean, how hard is
Oh,
it?
wait, I think he's coming. I think. Maybe.
I don't see anything.
Ray, I'm telling you, this stuff gets more complicated all the time. It really does.
Dude, I invited him 6 times and he still has not. That's why our streams are 3 hours long, because we can't get them on.
Hey, Coda, thanks for all the updates on the happenings over the last week. There was some pretty interesting videos you put together. I think we'll be talking about some of that stuff tonight. Yeah, Ray, he does like to make an entrance.
I have no idea where he's at, dude. No idea. I mean, I don't get how hard is it. I invite him. I'm hitting it right here. Invite people to the link. Big Johnson.
It's his hair. He has to work on his hair. There you go. He is using dial-up.
Oh my God, dude.
Oh, no, he's here.
Oh, finally. What did you finally press accept after 14 times?
Right.
Can you see me?
Yes.
There he is.
Dude, I don't know what this thing's doing.
Oh, wicked. You and your prostate orgasms. Got mittens? What's up? It's a good crowd.
Let's see. Let me go on this one. I have to get my screen up here so I can actually see comments and stuff.
Bald, we would never forget you.
Whoops, that's not what I wanted.
Hey, hello.
Hey,
Damn, what's that?
that was me screwing around with things that I probably shouldn't be, because I have no idea what the hell.
Yeah, we got this going, so don't mess it up.
All right.
Coda, I think a lot of people are feeling exactly the same way you feel, man. No, seriously. Channel Cat Chaser. I like that.
Well, I can't see any comments, so you guys are going to have to help me out, because I only have the one screen. So whatever. That's all good.
We'll help you out.
We got Bald and Curious. We got CWB, Wicked Sensation, Triple C, Coda Boy. Got Mitts, Ray Cole. Ray Cole. Yeah, no, Ray Cole. I'm actually in Oklahoma, so yeah, it's dial-up.
They don't even have the internet in Oklahoma.
Well, I know. All the meth dealers steal it. Live for Wild, Rich 4150, Big Daddy G, and Craig. Craig's on here. Good job, Craig.
Cool. All right, so I wanted to say something, because before I got on here, I was actually in the gun store, and I noticed that they had some new guns, and And I have to say, I touched that Beretta APX. You know, it's not too bad. It's not great, but it wasn't too bad. It was actually not bad. And you know, one of the things that I was looking at with the APX was the size of it. It's actually pretty. It's a little too big. I think it's a little too long. I think it's more on the lines of a VP9 and the Glock 17. 17 is a little bit bigger, I think, in the grip, but it wasn't horrible. And I have to say, one of the things that I definitely liked about it was the ergos were really good. And I think the serrations, I was kind of like, you know, I don't know about that on the slide, but it wasn't horrible. It's not the worst looking gun in the world. The thing I didn't like about it was the trigger. Shockingly enough, the trigger actually, it's a light trigger. It's a nice trigger, but it almost felt like there was a, you pull it back and when you hit the wall, it just felt like there was a little bit of a hiccup and then it breaks. So it's almost like it felt almost like a false break and then it breaks. That's the best way I can describe it. But the reset was nice and smooth. It was a light reset, so that was cool. And then the actual gun that I was absolutely shocked at was the FNN 509. You know, I as you guys know, I am not a fan of FNNs at all, and I know Big Johnson is. And I have to say, this gun was actually pretty sweet. It's actually a very nice gun. It's sort of like a hybrid. It's really weird. It sits a little bit higher than like a Glock 19, but it's shorter than a SIG 320. So it's kind of in between in the slide height. And the ergos were really nice, better than a Glock's. I would even say it's better than the SIG 320, but not as good as VP9 and the PPQ. But the grip length is about the size of a VP9, M&P9, around there. The trigger, really nice. Very short, clean, very solid, and then the reset is very short. So I know I've seen a couple of reviews. Some people weren't real high on it, but I think FNN made a really nice gun in the 509. I was very impressed, and I hate FNN guns. So for me, I thought it was actually really good. And then I did see the VP9 in OD green, and that is pretty sweet. So if you're looking for a VP9, the OD green is pretty damn awesome.
Nice. I'm very curious about the APX. I'm kind of holding out for the compact size though, because I agree with you. It looks pretty big. But I've heard generally good things except for the trigger. And almost everybody's been consistent about it just not having that great of a trigger.
Right.
But I think it looks kind of unusual and kind of cool. How wide is it? It looks really wide.
Which one?
The APX.
The APX, you know what? It's kind of, if you've ever held a Ruger American, it feels similar to that in hand, but it's a lot narrower. But I think that's because the serrations are cut into the slide, so it makes it, you know, a little bit narrower. But it's actually very comfortable in the hand. It's a nice feeling gun. It's just a little awkward. You know, it's the best way to describe it. It's a very awkward kind of firearm. You know, I just know it's. I hate to say it this way, but it's almost like a very gaudy Italian firearm. That's the best way to say it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I thought the trigger was pretty chunky. You know, it's pretty thick, and it's got the little fins on the side of it.
Yeah.
And the one that I pulled in the store, now this one that they had was it was a pre-release. So maybe they did some changes on the trigger, but I didn't care for the trigger on it. Maybe they are better after the pre-release one.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
17 round pistol. So, I mean, you know, it's definitely not a 15 round like the VP9.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I thought it was nice, but it wasn't nice enough for me to invest that kind of money, you know?
Yeah.
What was it going for?
Well, that's the ripoff store that I go to. So I think it was it's like 600 plus.
I thought they were MSRP like $579.
Yeah. It was over. It might have been $600, something like that.
Yeah, this one was $520 that I saw.
Yeah. So that's the worst gun store in the area where I live.
Ouch.
Wow.
And just so you know, the VP9 was $650 in OD green. You can find those on Gunbroker for $5 and change.
Wow. Well, since we're talking about gun stores, I buy a lot of guns from Grab a Gun because you can buy them online, but the local store is in Coppell, so it's probably 40 minutes from my house. And they actually got broken into last night, ripped the door off the store, and stole 24 guns.
Holy smokes.
Out of the store. So those guns are all on the street. So I'm sure we'll all get blamed for that. Guns on the street.
It could be a new song, Guns on the Street.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
What are you, Sling Blade tonight? You're like, mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I am in Oklahoma.
Yeah, I was very shocked about the FNN. I still am pretty excited about it. That was, and again, like I said, I am not a FNN fan at all. But this was, to me, this was a much better gun than the FNS. At least for me, it felt that way.
Hey, K-Wood's selling P10Cs for $900, man. Sweet deal. I'll take 2.
Oh, thanks, K-Wood. Way to be for the consumer.
Yeah, he's sticking it in deep.
Hey, speaking of new guns, and it's I don't think they're quite out yet. They're on their way to either distributors or stores. But the VP9 SK, man, I can't wait. I'm stoked for that.
If you guys haven't seen Poe's channel, what is it? Poe Performance. He actually just got his SK today, and he was going to do an unboxing, but he did a whole total gun tease, and he didn't show anybody anything. He just basically said, "I love this gun. It's a great gun. I'm going to go pick it up, and then I'll show it to you." And then he never showed it to us. So,
yeah, he was in that box and said, "Stay tuned for part 2."
Yeah. So you could tell he's very, very excited about it.
Hey, yeah, K-Wood's saying the FN's not great.
Dude, I disagree, man.
He brought up, K-Wood brought up that trigger when he was at the NRA show, and that's what I was saying. You've got to put a couple of 100 rounds through those triggers, and they do get a lot better.
Well, I know that when I watched his video on it, I do know, I remember him saying that it was, the trigger wasn't great. It was a heavy trigger. I didn't find that. I found that it was a very light trigger. I did not feel it was heavy. The reset is nice and clean and short. The trigger pull was light, and it's, in my opinion, it's a better trigger than the FNS is. But that's my opinion. I've never shot an FNS, and I've never had any desire to shoot an FNS. But some people love them, some people don't.
I like the FNS. I thought it was fine. The trigger I was not very impressed with, but the rest of the gun was a fine build. It was a good quality gun.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I haven't had any issues with mine at all. I really like them.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're talking about the H9. I'm pretty curious about that as well. I don't know that I'd buy one necessarily, but I'd like to see one if nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a crazy looking gun. I don't know if it's, who knows. I mean, and what they're going to go for, from what they were talking about at SHOT Show, they're going to be a fortune.
Well, I think they were saying MSRP was like around $1,000.
Yeah, I'm not paying that. Sorry.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Oh, RPM. Yeah, RPM Idaho's on there. He said, we all have to go CZ now. Hell yeah.
Speaking of CZ, I'll do a little tease of my own. Ready?
Yeah.
Look at that bad
There
boy.
you go.
Pretty nice.
Yeah.
It's a brand new P09, man, in FDE. Just got it today. I know some people are gonna say, well, how did you get that? And Big Johnson knows how I got this. I didn't pay a dime for this. I actually traded something in to get this one. And I have to say, I'm much happier with this one than the other one. Should I tell them what it was?
Yep.
I ditched, and I know some of you are going to be thinking I'm crazy, but I actually ditched the AREX. The AREX is gone. Great gun, just didn't fit my needs at this point.
Yeah.
And
I got the, y'all all saw the P07, but I actually brought it with me so I could run some rounds through it, and put about 250 rounds through it today. Worked flawlessly. Loved it. I did put the large backstrap on it instead of the medium, and I noticed that it was altering my sights, kind of pushing it low, so I was having to pull it up high. But definitely great groups. But I'm probably going to go with the medium.
Yeah.
Backstrap.
I went with the medium on this. The small was a little too small. The large was there was too much of a hump. But the medium really feels a lot like a regular CZ, like a 75 or a P01 or something like that.
Yeah, I've got the P09. I've got the medium on my P09, and I really like it. I was just going to try something different on this one, but yeah, I'm having to adjust the sights too much, at point of aim.
Right. Yeah.
Since because of that big old hump, I'm pulling the sights down.
Let me ask you a question. When you were taking off the backstrap, did you have trouble putting that little plastic piece back in?
Yeah, but there's a trick. What you do on the bottom of this, right there on that little round deal, You actually use a pencil eraser. You take a pencil with an eraser on the end and then push down on it, and the eraser compresses and holds it, and then just push your pen. I could push my pen right in with my hand.
Let me see the bottom of yours again.
I took the, does yours have the lanyard?
No.
Yeah, it's the same as yours.
Yeah, now here, listen, this was what was crazy. I could not get this damn friggin' pin back in. So I had to push down, and I was actually looking through the hole, and it was like the plastic piece wasn't matching the other holes that were cut out.
Yeah,
so
you had it spun the wrong way. You have to spin it.
Now I have it spun the wrong way because that's the only way it went in. So you can
yeah, you got it backwards.
I know. That's the only way. That is literally the only way I could get the pin back in.
No, you have to line the spring up. You got that spring in a bind. Yeah, you have to pull it apart, tilt your gun this way, and then the spring will pop. Then it'll push right over it. You can do it, but use a pencil eraser. I'm telling you, the eraser compresses and it'll help you push it lower, so you can just push the pin right in.
All right, I'll have to redo it tonight. I got to degrease this thing anyway. There's so much damn oil in this thing that it's literally leaking out of it. It's ridiculous. I mean, I don't care if they lube it, but Jesus, I mean, you can even see like the look at this.
Yeah. Hey, RPM has a question. PO9 or PO7?
PO7.
PO7.
Well, I mean, I like both, and basically RPM, it's depending on if you want like a Glock 19 or a Glock 17. The PO9 is more of a Glock 17. In a free state, you can get the Urban Gray, and it'll hold 21+1. That's the highest capacity 9mm I've ever seen, other than a Glock 33 mag. But I like them both. I mean, I'm really liking this PO7, but on my PO7, I'm shooting the standard 15-round mags, but I did get the +2 extensions. They're already at home. I ordered them from CZ. So it'll be 17+1.
A couple of things. Pops, thanks for the thumbs down. I'm sure that was you. And Wicked was saying that he wants more rifle talk, less pistol talk.
You got to go to a different channel.
I will tell you, I don't own a rifle. Sorry, dude.
I've got rifles, but
don't say that too loud, man. That's sort of embarrassing.
I'm a huge pistol guy.
I have shotguns. Does that count?
No.
Yes.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, I have rifles, but I don't show them for certain reasons that are going to remain undisclosed at this point. But I don't mind showing handguns because, well, that's just because.
We know.
It is.
Let's see here.
Wicked's leaving. He's leaving.
Yeah, and Bald and Curious has been giving me a bunch of crap because of my Sphinx. Now he says that I can ditch my Sphinx because I have the PO7.
No,
I agree.
You do not get to ditch the Sphinx. If you ditch the Sphinx, it's going in my safe. Okay.
Yeah, I know you've already got claim to it, but don't worry, I won't ditch it.
Okay, fair enough. Hey, Frank asked about the VP9 versus the PPQ.
PPQ.
Little fanboy.
A little bit.
I mean, I shot, the day that I was with KS, I shot his VP9 and I shot the PPQ, and I don't own the VP9. I noticed the VP9 did shoot flatter. The trigger was nice because I have large hands, so it was a farther reach, where it breaks right in the center versus all the way to the back. I mean, I thought that the VP9 shot really well, but I do agree that PPQ trigger is just a tad better, just a tad.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd vote VP9 all day long, and I like both of them. I like both of them a lot. I think they're both ergonomic. They're well-made firearms. For me, just from a shooting standpoint, I shoot the VP9 just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit better. And for that reason alone, I like it more. It gives me more confidence at the range. But I just did the comparison on the PPQ and the TP9 SF Elite. The PPQ won, not by much, but it did win. It's a little bit better build, in my opinion. And it shot better than I remember the last time I shot it. So that was fun. That was definitely good. I noticed less flip, which was nice. But I like the VP9, man. I think that's a phenomenal gun.
Yeah, the VP9 definitely has less flip than the PPQ.
Well, then you guys are going to have to go out and get an OD green one now.
I know somebody who has one.
Hey, I've got the Gerber baby food green one. Doesn't this count?
Let me see. Let me see that again.
It's baby shit brown.
Well, stop talking, damn it, so they can see me on the screen.
Is that the poop color?
It's the FDE, but I swear it's like Gerber baby food. It's just awful looking.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely like the OD green, man. I even had to like stop myself from putting money down on it. Because what the hell do I need 2 VP9s for?
You don't. That gray one's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it is pretty sweet, especially with those new Trigicons on there, man. Awesome sights.
Yeah. HK USP 45. Those are good guns, Steve. Good to see you.
Hey, so we already have a thumbs down? Did you say?
I swear it's Pops. He says he didn't do it, but I swear it's him.
I have my suspicions who it is. I don't think it's anybody on the panel. It could be Wicked, but I don't think it's him.
Actually, it was me.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, you know, what are you gonna do? What are you guys gonna do? Hey, have you guys noticed that there are commercials on a lot of our videos now?
Hell yeah.
Wow.
They're coming back.
What a shocker. All right, guys, so everybody drop your Patreon accounts now that AdSense is coming back. Dope.
Hey, are we going to talk about the big news of the week?
Oh, that whole Springfield ridiculousness. As a matter of fact, I actually have it saved on my stupid tablet here because I wanted to put the facts out there from what was written in the paper, if I can find it.
Hey, real quick while you're looking at that, Cabela's did switch the Texas flag around, so that has been done. I sent tons of emails. The channel 4 and 8 sent emails, and then Glock 17 all the way from the West Coast sent an email, and I sent them like 5 emails. They didn't answer any of mine because my video was attached to all of them, but they answered his, and they sent him a picture of the flag being changed.
Good.
So I got that.
You're the man.
That's awesome.
So proud of you.
Hey man, if it's wrong, it's wrong. It needs to be fixed. If you're gonna fly it right.
Dude, you Texans need to chill out, man. Dude, you
Shut up.
Hey, did you guys see the YouTube email? And I got mine today, and it talked about the new YouTube and some of the different enhancements and rules and regulations, all that stuff.
Nope.
I read through what they were talking about as far as the monetization goes and how they identify restricted channels. And right now, I think all of our channels are restricted. If you turn your filter on, you can't see our videos anymore. But according to the YouTube site and all this new information, nowhere does it mention anything about guns or gun-related things. I mean, the closest I could find to, I guess, what you could say are related to guns would be war and terrorism, which none of those really relate to us. But it was as close as I could get.
Right.
So I think they're still stretching things a bit.
Well, Bald and Curious made an interesting point. He says, who gives a crap about what happened in Illinois? Nobody gave a crap when we got SAFE acted. If you're not aware, New York has some of the dumbest regulations for firearms in America. Not as bad as California, obviously, but pretty stupid and pretty bad. But I will tell you that even in New York State, some of the regulations right now are just getting more and more ridiculous. I always fear that it's going to get worse because we do have a power-hungry governor in the state who did the whole SAFE Act behind closed doors at midnight and then never disclosed anything until it was passed. Very disappointed right now with our president because, he makes this great speech at the NRA show, but yet we still haven't seen any real gun, changes. Yeah, okay, you can shoulder an arm brace, whoop-de-doo. I can't even own one of those. So how about we, pass some sort of other federal statute that helps the majority of us who are getting screwed every day. The second thing with Illinois, I think the reason why people are so pissed off about what happened in Illinois was because, with the state government, they're now making it so that anybody who deals with firearms has to have all these different licenses. So they have to have a state license. If you're a gun shop owner, you have to have like a certain license for the shop, and then you have to have a license if you're the one selling the guns, and then you have to have a license if you're the one who's considered the FFL. And if you have any employee in that business, they also have to have the same licenses. And so when it was originally produced in the Congress in Illinois, the state Congress, basically what happened was there was a big push against it. However, Springfield, Rock River Arms, is that correct? Rock River? I don't know.
Rock River, Rock Island, or something.
Rock Island.
I don't have any of their shit anyway, so whatever. But I guess apparently they did a kind of like a backdoor deal where they said, okay, we'll stay neutral. We won't say anything if you leave us out of it. If you say gun manufacturers don't have to play by these rules, we won't say a word. And then of course it was passed. Then all of a sudden everybody's like, what are you talking about? How could Springfield do, or Springfield Armory do this? Blah 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 blah. Next thing you know, the CEO comes back and says, well, we didn't really know exactly what was in the bill, which obviously is a load of horse shit.
Whatever.
Nonetheless, it's the spin machine. And you know what? It's, in my opinion, it's disgraceful for a gun company to do things like that and yet still try to peddle their goods to people. And I know some of you guys out there were looking at that XDE. What a piece of crap. I haven't seen it in person, haven't held it. I have no desire to own some stupid ass double single action, ridiculously looking, the hammer's the size of a fucking sledgehammer on it. You got a trigger that looks like shit. The safety's too big. Anybody's willing to buy that? You know what? No, I wouldn't. There's plenty of other great guns out there right now that don't say Springfield Armory. So they really shot themselves in the ass on this one.
That hammer belongs on a full-size CZ.
It's true. I'm not kidding. If you look
Freaking,
at the
it's like
P09,
freaking huge.
this is a huge full-size gun, and the hammer on that Springfield
Bigger than that.
comes out to here. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah, I was talking with Centerfire, the general manager of Centerfire Shooting Sports here, and he was talking about the XDE, and he's starting to fill orders for some of these different guns we've been talking about that are coming along, and they have not had any inquiries yet about the XDE. Although he did tell me, and I told him the same thing, I have no interest in it. It's not for me. But he said there still is a niche market that really only goes for hammer-fired guns. And if they were looking for something really small, but still a true hammer-fired gun, or mostly true, that would potentially fill that niche. But I don't know, man. It's I think that's kind of, I get it. There's some people out there that might find that interesting and they might like it, but that's got to be a small market. It's got to be
They would just
super
put in
small.
there 26 ounces for a single stack.
Yeah.
That's pretty
That
small.
thing's a little brick.
How light is the XDS?
1 ounce.
What? Perfect. That's pretty small.
Let me see.
Yeah, it looks like he's exactly right. Big Daddy G says it looks like a mini High Point, and it kind of does.
Yeah.
Okay, so XD is 25.9 ounces according to Kwood. Yeah, that's pretty stout for sure. That's the same weight as a Glock 17.
I think it's uglier than my Creed.
That Creed's not that bad looking.
No, I like it. I like it. It's a nice gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, Biz is in the house.
What's up, Bizza? No, wrong channel, Bizza. That's on one of the Patreon channels. That's a special Patreon video.
Yeah.
You got to pay for that.
Yeah, and also the Hunt holster, the one with the basket weave. I've been wearing this thing, this outside waistband. Thing's actually pretty nice. I really am liking it a lot.
I like that basket weave look. That's cool.
Yeah, it's very unique.
Yeah, I need a holster for the P09.
Yeah, hell, I was going to say, mine with the holster, it's about 11.5 inches long.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I know. Hey, Big Johnson.
Pops is saying nothing but pistol stuff or poop here.
He says it's okay, he guesses. Yeah, I believe that's kind of what we've seen from his channel with this CZ.
Listen, I've lost all kind of respect. I think Pop has no credibility whatsoever because he was peddling his CZ bullshit, and now all of a sudden he makes a video about I'm gonna sell them because I'm a CZ fanboy.
Hey, Kitty Polterak, I think. Buying an M9A1, I'm assuming that's a Steyr in 2 weeks. That's the OD green model, right?
No, it's Steve M9A1 is a robot.
Shut up.
You know what they're meaning.
Oh, okay. So it's in the OD green. That's pretty sweet. Damn it! I wish I would have had one of those.
Pretty badass. And then also CZB P10C, when's that coming to market? Well, it's shipping to distributors, or maybe it's at distributors now. So the 12 that are in the country now should be going out to dealers very soon. And then the rest of us will wait till 2019.
Yeah. Craig says, does he need a steel guide rod in his PPQ? If you have like girly hands and a wrist, probably. But like KS, he does. He's got girly hands. But I don't. I have. Thank you. See, look at that girly little thing he's got there. Look like a pinky. Anyway, I don't think you need it. I mean, if you want to spend whatever it is, go for it. You know, I mean, I'd love to get one and see what the difference is, but I have never had any issues with the PBQs. None. Matter of fact, I was carrying the gray one today.
What I'm going to do on mine, I mean, it flips more than some guns, but what I'm going to do on mine is I am going to put my pistol light on it just to test it and see if that makes any difference at all. But I mean, it's not bad. I still shot it great. It just is a little more flippy than my other pistols, but it's not bad at all. Let's see, Bald and Curious. Yeah, he's been pushing me to get Excalibur for a long time, and I think they're really nice pistols. It's just the mags are $50, and I usually get like 8 to 10 mags sometimes, so I didn't want to spend that kind of money. And really love the Shadow 2 and all the other CZs. So compatible with the 75B mags for sure.
I like that Excalibur. I think it's cool looking.
Hey, Bald and Curious, you want to buy my SFX? I'm having a fire sale right now. Getting rid of a bunch of stuff.
He's asking, well, Todd is asking, what are you carrying your PPQ in? I don't know if he's talking to me or you.
Right now it's in my glove box in my car, which is over there. I didn't take it out when I got at home, but I'm actually currently carrying it in a Vetter holster. Vetter.
Frank says Big J has one of the 12. He's just holding out on us. I don't know which.
That's probably
Frank's P10C, dude.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not buying one until it comes out in the FDE. I don't want a black one.
Yeah, I don't think I'm getting a black one either. I know some people are gonna be, why would you need a black one? Blah, 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 blah. Listen, you get that FDE one. It comes with night sights. Period.
It comes with night sights. Yeah.
Night sights.
Good luck finding night sights for it right off the bat.
Hey, I'm getting a black one because black CZ's lives matter.
Yes. All guns matter.
You just want to try to get more video views. That's why you're getting it. Don't lie.
Don't tell them that. Yes, it's true. It's true. I do.
I don't know. If I saw one and I fell in love with it, I would pick it up in black. I'm not gonna lie, but for me, I'm in no rush, man. No rush.
I agree, Wicked. Wicked says everything's better in FDE. It certainly is. And if I could have got this P07 in FDE, I would have got it. But you can only get the duty, and I wanted the one with the Omega trigger and everything, so had to get the black.
Frank Thomas wants to give me $800. Is that what that is for the SFX? And then he left. I think he's lying to me because then he puts LMAO after it. So
I would take that.
It's yours. I'll even include the red dot for that. How's that?
Hey, I got a hair admirer tonight. Bizza said my hair's on fire tonight. Show us your hair, 17.
You're looking at it.
On your face?
Yeah, in my nose. You notice I got my lacrosse hat on. I was coaching a lacrosse game last night, and I got my ass thrown out of the game. Oh man, let me tell you.
Hey, you can't make those Ray Charles referrals, you know.
I felt kind of bad, you know, because, and I know people are going to laugh, but it's for 5th and 6th graders. And, you know, this guy, man, let me tell you something. I'm just going to throw it out there because I'm still a little fired up about it. And you know, we have 2 players on our offensive side, and there's a loose ball. So you get one of the opposing players come in, and they just barrel into this kid. Kid falls on the ground. The ball goes loose again. Another kid comes up, and this other kid runs into him, drops his shoulder, and just plows through him. No call, no whistle. On the second hit, the other referee, who was on the 40-yard line, because we play on a football field, he's on the 40-yard line. He calls it, and he's literally 40 yards away from where this took place. So the referee, who's right in front of there, I start screaming. I'm like, oh, what's the matter? You can't see. Thanks to the other ref, blah, blah, blah. And then I walk around. I walk away. I turn around, walk away. And then he comes after me. The referee comes after me. And he says, you got something you want to say? And he starts getting in my face. So then I just, all right, fuck it. I do have something to say. And so I let him have it, and I got thrown out. But we won, so who cares?
In Texas, we call that football.
Yeah, lacrosse is awesome. Love
A
it.
clean hit.
Let's see. RPM Idaho and I have the same hairstyle. Geez, I don't know, man. I think yours is a little bit. I think you need to come to terms with your baldness, I think is what I'm trying to say. Just shave it. Shave it off. You don't need any hair, nothing. It's all good. We will still love you and respect you.
Yeah, Steve R. is bringing up the gun shop was burglarized and they stole 40 firearms. Yeah, Steve, it was actually Grab a Gun, and they're about 40 minutes from my house, and they actually stole 24 guns. I can't believe they didn't have them locked up. And even when you go in that store, they don't really sell a lot out of their cases. You just buy it and then go pick it up there as an FFL. But yeah, they got popped. They ripped the door off the damn place last night.
Let's see. Have I ever heard of the West Genesee Wildcats? No, Genesee or Geneseo, because that's way up from where I'm at. I'm closer to the city. I'm like an hour from New York City. And Steve is saying, any love for Berettas? No.
Well, I mean, they make nice guns. I mean, the 92 has been around forever, but it's pretty stale. And some people really love, the Storms, but the PX4 Storms. They are what they are.
I almost bought one.
Yeah. Ball and Curious said he's not shaving his head.
Good for you. Take a stand.
That's right.
There you go.
Plus,
let's see here.
Big Johnson has plugs, man. It's not even real. It's not real hair.
Oh shit! I'll make donations, dude.
I bet you will. There's a weave. You got a weave going.
No, it's all real here. Shit! I told you I could grow a beard in like a week, but I look like Abraham Lincoln.
What about the concealed carry PX4? Why don't you just buy a PX4 compact and put Talon grips on it? Same thing. Todd is asking.
Oh, Todd, yeah.
Yeah, just get Talon grips and buy night sights. Then you have your PX4 concealed carry.
I've never understood the PX4 Storm or whatever it is. The style on it's a little bit unusual for my taste.
Yeah. A lot of people say that it shoots really nice, but I don't even like the look of it.
How do I make it to New York City in an hour? Dude, how do you not make it to New York City in an hour?
1776 has a helicopter.
Yeah. I got a helipad right in my backyard.
Probably talking about traffic, isn't it?
No, it depends when you go. I can go to a Yankee game and I can get there in about an hour, easy an hour.
Nice.
And yes, I'm usually going about 120, but it's okay.
Oh, okay. You got to trade. Kaywood wants to trade you for your SFX.
Well, I don't want any kind of Glocks. I don't want any botched uppers, and I don't want anything like that. I want money. I got other things I want to buy, man. I'm not independently wealthy. I don't have any way of funding my adventure here. So I'm trying to, kind of clean house with stuff that I don't want.
Start your Patron account.
I'm going to have to.
Pops has a really good comment. Why would you go to a Yankee game?
Because they're doing awesome right now. Nice.
Just go there for the hot dogs?
What's that?
You just go for the hot dogs?
Yeah, for the wieners.
I bet.
Yeah.
I thought that was your gym.
No, you keep knocking the gym, man. Listen. You need to work out. You gotta be strong mind, strong body, pal.
Yeah.
Plus, I gotta beat the shit out of that referee when I see him again. So I'm training for that.
Nice. Just shoot him.
No, don't say that.
I mean, what?
What's that? Ray Coyle said, go do a GoFundMe page. I actually thought about that once. And then I looked at the rules on it, and it says it will not be used for any guns, gun-related, violent-related, nothing. So I was like, oh, damn it. Because have you ever gone to GoFundMe? The stuff that some people put up there, it just makes me want to puke. You know, there's some
Oh,
people
yeah.
who have legitimate health problems. My child is sick and dying. I have cancer, whatever it is. But then you get these dipshits who get on there and are like, I want to go to college, but I don't have any money, and I want you to pay for me to go, and I don't want to take loans out. Well, welcome to the world, kid. Take a loan out, earn your way.
Yeah. Or they want to get their eyebrows done or some
yeah,
crap like that.
Yeah. Let's go Mets. Ugh, gosh.
Steve wants to know why all the hate on Glocks. Steve, we don't hate Glocks.
No.
If that's what you want to use, by all means, use what works for you.
Yeah.
We're just talking about, you know, their new Glock 4.5 with front slide serrations. Oh my gosh, you know. I mean, hell, look at the FNS in 2012 had that.
Well, you know what it is. Glock doesn't have to change. You know, they don't have to change because people are still going to buy them. So until people,
they've got a name.
Yeah, until people stop buying them, they don't have to change a damn thing.
Yep.
Well, you know, I was thinking about this, and Steve, there is still one member of the panel that owns Glocks. But a lot of the criticism that we've had over the last few years anyways, are sights, right? At least steel sights, if not night sights. So this new one has steel sights. People have said that are ergonomics. They're not going to change that probably. But they put the slide serrations on, and I don't think it necessarily looks that great. They're just boxy lines, just like they have on the back. But to a degree, they're kind of listening. I have to give them a little bit of credit for that, I suppose. At the end of the day, it's still a Glock, and they're, like you said, they're going to sell. They sell like hotcakes. If you sell a Glock here in Kansas, you'll sell it same day. Especially a 19, a 43, even a 17, you will sell it same day, no matter what.
Yeah.
And for a pretty good price too. I mean, they're hugely popular.
Yeah, I think also one of the things is, like, I know a guy who I work with who's a huge Glock fanatic. I mean, that's the best way to put it. He's got this Glock, that Glock, every Glock known to mankind, Gen 1s all the way up to Gen 4s. And we were talking about guns the other day, and he's asking me, well, how come I don't have more Glocks? And I said, it's not that I don't want more Glocks. I just think that, you know, for me personally, I don't have to limit myself to Glocks because, you know, it's not about just putting them on a shelf or leaving them in my safe. I like guns that function well. I like guns that hold well. And I just find that there's better options out there. It doesn't mean Glock sucks. It just means for me, there's better options, you know. And as a matter of fact, I was talking him into getting a CZ because he's never even held one, never even shot one. And I said, dude, you've got to go out and at least try it once. And I'm telling you, when you do, you're going to love it. And, you know, whether or not he goes and does it is up to him. But, you know, I just think,
and, you know, a lot of people don't, you know, they just, like, you go into a gun store, and I've been in many gun stores, and, you know, I'm just looking around, and they're like, hey, what are you looking for? And I'm like, oh, is anything new in compact? Oh, we got the Glock 19. You know, oh, it's the best gun in the world. And I'm like, well, you're talking to the wrong guy here. But, you know, I mean, I think that if more people shot and went out and tried like the P320 or the PPQ or even, you know, the P07 or something like that, I mean, I think if they really shot them and even compared them side by side, they might actually like a different gun.
right.
But, you know, a lot of people are so buried in them because they have 9,000 holsters or 1,500 mags to fit them, you know, that's kind of what they stay with. You know, they're comfortable with it. And if it works, like I said, I'm just saying, try something different.
I'm telling you, I'm really excited about that 509, the FNN.
Yeah.
I just think that's a great gun.
Well, and I'm not opposed to, you know, to getting one and trying it. The only thing is I've got so many FNS mags, you know, I have to buy new base plates and new springs and all that. But they say that the mags will work. You just have to buy the base plates and followers.
I mean, I like it. I mean, will I buy it right now? No. But I think something like that can make its way into my little stash at some point, if it gets smaller. If they make a compact version, because like I said, the grip I think is a little bit too big. But if they made it smaller, you know, again, what's the standard? As we know, we all know what the standard is. We know it's a Glock 19.
Well, everybody, when you see a gun comparison, it's like, well, here's what the size relates to a Glock 19. I mean, everybody has one laying out there.
Yeah. Yep. And like I said, that's why they're so good.
Hey, and Channel Cat, I'm not beating up on your beloved Glock 19. I promise.
Mm-hmm.
I've told you, if you love Glock, by all means, shoot them and love them.
I love my Glock 19.
Hey, live for wild. we've been lived for a while now. I've been talking, and I know that he is looking at a new CZ.
Depends what you want it for. Don't go heavy. You know, actually, as a matter of fact, that's sort of why I went with the P09, because I know these two guys I'm doing my stream with both went with that SP01. So I felt a little bit of peer pressure. And, you know, because everything I buy, I like do way too much research on. I'm always reading about stuff. And I was reading, comparing, and then I looked at the weight difference, and I was like, there's no way in hell I'm ever carrying that SP01. Never, never. I would never carry it. It's just too heavy for me. You know, it may not be heavy for other people. And then I looked at the P09. It's lighter. It's very similar to the P07, if not identical, just bigger. So for me, that's why I went with that P09. I just thought it was better.
You know, and I mean, a KS can agree to this too. I mean, when you shoot an SP01 or you shoot a heavy CZ, a big full size, I mean, it's awesome. There's absolutely no recoil. I mean, it is just amazing to shoot. And that Shadow 2 is freaking unbelievable. And, you know, KS shot mine. And so that's a totally unbiased opinion right there. But that thing is freaking amazing.
It was a pretty phenomenal shooter, I will say. And, of course, I ran out and bought an SP01 because I couldn't find nor afford a Shadow 2. But they're great guns. There's no doubt about it. They're great guns.
Live for Wild wants it for IDPA and steel. You can get away with a P09 for that. I mean,
yeah, a lot of people. That, you know, I'm actually, I just got my vest and all that stuff. I'm about to fire up the IDPA, and I'm still going between three guns, the SP01, the P09, and the FNS-9L. And so I'm running some tests between those three to see which ones I can shoot the best, you know, going into it. But I can't shoot the P09 yet because it's got those really tall suppressor sights. I mean, those things are like freaking fins. And my eye just doesn't agree with them because those are the only, that one and my 75 Urban Gray are the only ones I have the freaking shark fin night sights on. And that's, you know, KS is bringing up a great point, or excuse me, K-Wood is bringing up a great point, and that's what I've always said. You know, I grew up, I'm an older guy, I grew up on 1911, so that's what my hand is just molded to. All the newer generation or guys younger than me, they're growing up and shooting Glocks. So they like that angle, or that's what they're used to. Not saying they can't go back to a 1911, but I can definitely tell the difference when I try to grab a Glock. And I did really like the Steyr a lot. I shot KS's, and man, I'll tell you what, that is a great shooter. Really liked it a lot.
It's a good gun.
I mean, it's amazing how flat it shoots. You know, hey, that brings up another point. 17. What do you think? Because I was having those trapezoidal sights on that Steyr were kind of weird for me to get used to.
Yeah.
I kept, you know, kind of lining them up to the left, and I'm sure it's just because I wasn't used to them. But do you really like the big dots so much better than those trapezoidals?
You know, obviously if they had trapezoidal night sights, I would have gotten those. But I love the eye dots. Listen to me. I love the big dots on that Steyr because it's as close to super fast acquisition as you're going to get. You know, the only other options you can get for that gun are going to be, I think Meprolite makes them, and you can get TFX Pros for them. But I'm kind of moving away from TFX Pros, man. I'll be honest with you. The Trijicons definitely, in my opinion, are friggin' top notch. Ameriglow is right there, just slightly underneath them. And that's not a knock against the Ameriglow. It's just what I found. And then the XS big dots on certain pistols, they make sense. That Steyr, because the trapezoidal sights are so easy to mark, at least for me, just having that big dot up there and just bringing that big fat barrel up or slide that way, I think it fits perfectly on there. It's a very, very nice shooting gun with that. Super accurate, super easy to get.
Why don't you like the Triglows anymore?
You know, I'll tell you what really made me kind of say I think I've had enough with them is the Trijicons. And, you know, in the video I said, for me personally, when I bring it up to eye level, I find it a little bit harder to adjust my eyes on the Truglow than on that Trijicon. For whatever reason, I can't explain it. But as soon as I bring it up to eye level, it's right there, spot on. Whereas the Truglow, I have to do a little bit more turning. Now, Hard Target gave me some pointers. You know, I do keep both eyes open when I'm shooting. It's just I got to get used to the idea of using it straight out, because what I do is when I bring my arm up, I'm usually going straight out, but I have to turn my head slightly to the right in order for my left eye to have that target sight. And it's so much easier for whatever reason on those Trigicons. So,
well, see, and for me, I've got the HD Trigicons, and then I've got 3 sets of the Pros and the TFX Pros, and I really like the TFX Pros. You're right; they don't have enough orange to focus on because it's just a ring, where the other one's the really bright orange. Right. But I mean, I still really like the Pros a lot. I mean, I don't have any issues with them at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I have issues with them. I'm finding that, and again, I've never owned a pair of Trigicons because for me, budget-wise, they're sort of out of my realm of budget for sights. So I scored with them. I'm very lucky they sent me a set. But it's not that I don't like the TFX Pros. I just think the Trigicon are better. And, for me, that's, I like that. I'm not gonna lie, they're really nice. But I don't know if I'm ever going to get another pair because they're excessively expensive.
Yeah, Pops is asking. I mean, he's asking me a question, but I think it applies to all three of us. He's saying, "What's your next pistol, Big Johnson?" I mean, I have a ton of striker fire guns. I like my PPQ. I like my SIG P320. I really do want to look at the P10C, but I will only buy it in FDE with the night sights. I'm going to look at it. I'm not saying I am going to buy it, but it could very well be, another CZ. It could be who knows what. But I don't really have, I mean, the P07 was definitely on my radar after I shot KSs, and I said I will find one. And believe it or not, they were actually pretty hard to find. Everybody sold out of them. I walked into a GT Distributors, and I've never really bought a gun from them, and they actually had 2 of them, so I grabbed one, the P07.
What are you going to get, KS?
So I've got 3 on the docket for now. The P10C, of course, and then the VP9 SK, and actually the 6-hour P320 X5. I'm really curious about that, and I talked to Sig Sauer today as well as Vortex today because I'm trying to work out a Vortex Viper. I'm curious about it. However, and it was frustrating. I saw several, I think they were SHOT Show videos from Sig Sauer people talking about the X5, and it's cut for an RMR. And the guys at SHOT Show were saying, "Oh yeah, it'll take any of the Loophole, Trigicon, Burris, whatever." That's absolutely not true. It will only take the Romeo 1, which is kind of shitty. Although I see why they did that, of course. So I'm still looking forward to the X5. I think it's a good-looking gun. I think it'd be a great competition gun, and maybe throw a Romeo on it. I don't know, but those are the ones for now. I'm still really curious in the Beretta and the APX. I think it's kind of a cool-looking gun, but I'll probably hold out for the compact on that one. So.
Yeah, and then Todd is asking, what's your guys' thoughts on 9mm 1911s? KS, I'll let you take this one first.
I like them. I like them a lot. I've done the certainly small ones like Springfield EMP and Colt Defender, and then Springfield Range Officer 9mm I liked. I had a Colt Competition 9mm a couple of years ago when it first came out, and I liked it quite a bit. I think what's unique about them, it feels very familiar as far as a 1911 goes if you shoot 1911s, but the recoil is almost strikingly different because it is so soft, because the gun is, it's full-size 1911 in some cases. But they're a lot of fun, and the nice thing is they're a little bit less expensive to shoot. So you get that 1911 experience without having to buy the 45 rounds. Not to say that there's nothing wrong with a 230 grain hardball, but 1911s and 9mm are pretty fun.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy throwing those, flying ashtrays with those 45s, but I mean, I actually like a 9mm 1911. I mean, they're nice. There's nothing wrong with them at all. Sometimes you're lacking with capacity on some of them, especially single stacks, as we all know. But I don't think there's anything wrong with them at all. Shoot what you like, what you enjoy shooting.
About the other question, what gun am I going to buy? Probably the P10 at some point. Still looking for a P01 in green. One day I'll maybe own one of those because they're kind of getting very rare. I'm actually going to probably look into that 509, man. That's how much I really liked it. And let's see, the 1911 question, never owned one. Don't have any desire to own any of them. I know this might be blasphemy for people, but I look at 1911s as like a pair of dentures that I don't need. I mean, that's just me.
Yeah.
Too many good modern guns out there to justify or, to go out and buy one of those 1911s. But, if you guys love them, God bless you, man.
I mean, I really do like a 1911. I mean, they're super nice guns, but, then I look at my FNX, 16 rounds of 45. It doesn't get any better than that. And that's a great shooting pistol, and it's a hell of a lot lighter.
I'm cleaning out all the grease in this P09. I got to tell you, man, when I do the review of this, I'll let you guys see inside the slide, but God damn, this gun is beautiful. I don't know how you guys do not go out and get CZs, to be honest with you. Price is good. The guns are excellent quality. Yes, I know it's double single action, but for most of them, but my God, you guys really need to hook yourselves up with CZ.
Yeah.
I would say,
I lost my man card because I don't.
Yeah, that's what Bald and Curious said. I mean, I really, there's so many pistols out there. That's why I like to try different ones, and I'm not just stuck on one brand. I like to have an assortment and be able to shoot all of them, except one brand that, I just choose not to, but that's just me personally.
And then Steve R is asking us, do we try before we buy? Who wants to go first on that one?
I mean, I'll take it. I have actually shot some, like matter of fact, I was really interested in the P07, for example, that I've got here, and I didn't think I could get my hands on it because I have big old monster hands. And that's one reason I bought the P09 first. And I shot KS's with the +2 extensions, and it was perfect. I really liked it. So that just, I said, I'm not going to buy a P07 until I shoot one. And then I shot his, liked it, so I bought one. And I've done a few pistols that way. But, it's kind of like I feel that we're all pretty educated gun guys. We know what to watch, who to listen to. We don't listen to a bunch of shills, doing infomercials. And, form my own opinion, stick your hand on it at the gun store, check the trigger, kind of go from there. But that's what I do.
Cass, you want to go?
Sure. I have done both. I have rolled the dice on more than my fair share of guns. However, I don't walk in completely uneducated. I definitely do some research. I watch a lot of videos, read articles, and also the brand name means a little bit to me as well. A lot of it depends on who's making it and what their track record is. But occasionally I look at something and I think I have to try that. I have to have it. And I will walk in sight unseen. So I don't mind taking a little bit of a risk, and that's fail-boated on me a couple of times, but sometimes it's been surprisingly good.
Well, by trying, do I go to a gun range to shoot them if they're available? There are no gun ranges that have much of anything available. Usually it's a Beretta or a Glock. My deal is I go into the gun store, I see what's there, I put my hands on them, dry fire it. I'll even do just a quick field strip. And if it looks good, if it's a pretty solid gun, I'll jump on it. But the only gun that I've never held, never dry fired, never even saw it in person before I bought it was the Steyr M9. That's the only gun. And I just had to do it because it just looked friggin' cool. Sorry guys, I know it's kind of lame, but I'm glad I did because it's just a great gun. And sometimes you just got to go with a gut feeling.
Yeah. Big Daddy G, it says, on the fence between the P320C or the PPQ M1.
The M1's kind of cool, man. I wish I had an M1 because I am digging that whole paddle release stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm totally biased, so I can't give you an honest opinion. And neither can Big Johnson.
Well, I own both, just like you do. And I like the PPQ. It has great ergos. But I you know, I mean, I've got a ton of trigger time behind the compact, the P320. So, but no, I'm warming up to the PPQ. I mean, it's a nice gun.
Mm-hmm.
So you just have to, you know, make your own decision. Do you want perfect ergonomics? You know, I mean, they both shoot great.
Yeah, they do. They're both great shooters, but you know, the ergos are better on the PPQ. I think we can agree to that. I think the trigger's better slightly. I know you can't agree to that. But
well, I've got the Apex flat face in mine, and I love those.
I think we're just lucky to be able to say you can get both or get either one, and you're still going to get a great gun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Point.
There is a question that says here, so from CWB, it says our ranges have good selections, but only has a CZ, and that's a Ramey. I'll give my opinion on the Ramey. I mean, it's a tiny, tiny ass gun for my big old hand, and I'm not real crazy about the Ramey. Not to mention the damn mags are $60. What do you guys think?
With the Ramey, you can get an extension, a big mag, so it's a full-size grip. But the slide is, you know, because it's a CZ, it lays low to the frame. But the slide is so damn short and it's so damn low that just racking it is a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
That's one of the only CZs that I would never actually consider. It's just too small. Why go something that small when you can get a PO1 and PCR that is equal, in my opinion, to carrying?
That's exactly what I would say. And plus, your PO1 takes your 75B mags. So you can run a full size mag in it, or you can just get a short 75 mag, and they're much, much cheaper than the Ramey mags are. And the Ramey's just too small for me.
Did you guys just see that?
Nope.
Did you bounce something off the pavement?
Yeah, that was my my trigger spring from my PO9. I just did your pencil trick.
Nice.
Didn't work.
You gotta turn your sights upside down, press the pencil down on it, and then push the pin in. God dang.
That's what I did, dude.
Shit. Rough up those hands a bit.
I will when I'm slapping you.
Whatever. When you're doing the 5-knuckle shuffle.
Yeah, you
I like Kaywood's impression. You'll have to read the comments.
Hi, my name is Such, and 2 thumbs up. Every pistol sent me, and keep. Yep, exactly. I mean, I've never, ever, ever seen him give a bad review. Never.
He's a fucking douchebag. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say it. You know what? And I'm gonna tell you why I think he's a douchebag. When he did his review, if you can call it that, on the P10, I put in the comments and kind of a gesturing as a joke, right? About how, hey, I can't wait to get mine when I pay for mine. And I guess he didn't like that comment, obviously. So he said, well, you know, you can do that. Or I said something like that. I can't wait till I get one, but apparently nobody can buy them just yet. And I guess he got aggravated. So he says, well, you can do what I do and just go ahead and buy one. Okay, so that was like how many months ago? Where were they? And, you know, he's so full of shit, and it just pisses me off. That's it. I'm not gonna say anything else.
Hey, we do have a big announcement though. The Range 1. Good evening, guys. It's the Range 1, formerly known as Paper Plinker, getting ready to go live on the channel next week. So I had to lose the gay name.
I like that name. Shut up.
Well, welcome the Range. Bold and Curious, yeah, I saw your Chiappa Rhino. I think you and Yankee Marshall are the only ones that own those. I'm just joking. I have not.
Baldy paid for his though.
Yeah, I have not shot one personally, but I do think they have a really nice trigger. I have done a trigger test on them in the store. I think they really have a nice trigger, and I really like the setup of it. I'm just not a revolver guy, period. And yes, I do own 4 of them.
I'm not a revolver guy either. I've owned 1 or 2, and I can't get into it. I don't like the way they feel. I just simply don't. I don't get excited about revolvers.
Well, the Chiappa Rhino in the hand, it does feel better than your average revolver, but I'm just not a revolver guy.
Yeah.
Oh, Wicked's fixing to go off. He just got triggered from hearing YM's name. I better not say that.
Be calm, Wicked. It's okay.
Yeah.
At least he's somewhat entertaining.
That's true. I like him. He's entertaining.
Oh, here we go. K Woods saying, just let me say this. I learned a whole new world of shills and reviews at NRA. Yeah. I know I've heard people are just passing out things saying, here, we'll send you a gun, sign this, and we get to see the video before you put it out.
I bet that was interesting. I would have liked to have been a fly on the wall there, K-Wood. That would have been a fascinating experience.
Hey,
What's
Will
up,
Shepard.
Scott?
Will Shepard's in the house. My Spinks brother.
Scott, how's it going, man? Better late than never.
Man, what are you grinding on over there?
I'm trying to. Oh, don't talk.
Good Lord. Send it to Texas. I'll fix it.
Dude, this thing pisses me off. Like, I cannot get this goddamn thing in here. I should have just left it backwards.
No, you need to fix your stuff the right way, dude.
Okay, yeah, because you're the CZ expert. Okay, I've owned these longer than I've known you.
Okay, then fix it.
I'm trying.
Give it to one of your kids; they'll fix it for you.
Probably. I'm gonna give it to some stranger on the street.
Hey, Craig says next year NRA is in Dallas. Sweet. Maybe we'll get our pass credentials.
Yeah, they'll throw you out.
Yeah, no lie.
Dude, I'll come down to Dallas. It'll be fun.
Yeah, you can stay with me.
All right, we'll do some shooting.
Yep.
The range. He's a douche nozzle. That's one of my favorite sayings. I like that.
Pops is telling you to unscrew that pistol. And he's actually using the bad word, but.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I've tried everything, man. It just will not.
You have it upside down with the sights on the table?
Dude, I got the gun upside down, okay? The problem is that the spring is just not giving me enough. It's just
and you've got the spring over the rod, right? There's a rod in there.
Really?
Okay, you're the one that can't fix it. I'm asking. Hey, there's Mateo.
There's a spring that goes in here?
Okay, just keep at it.
I give up. Fuck it. I'm just putting it backwards. Who cares?
Mateo's in the house.
How many guns is too many? Ask about shoes. RPM was saying his wife wants to know how many guns is too many.
What she doesn't know isn't gonna hurt her.
Right. Yeah, I get that asked quite a bit, especially about Pops. Pops tells me I have too many damn pistols. Pop says just duct tape it. I agree with that.
I'm gonna at this point. About to throw it against the damn wall is what I'm gonna do.
You'll get it.
Rich has set a line in the stand. 673 is too many guns. That's fair.
Yep.
You have that many guns, Rich?
Let's see here. The range he has over 100 guitars. Holy mackerel!
Jeez, man.
Can you shoot him?
Yeah, I've never shot a guitar before, but I'd be willing to do it. Mateo's asking, when is Big J going to stop teasing us and get the P10C? Yeah, I guess he just jumped on. I'm waiting for the FDE one. I'm going to take a look at it then and go from there because the FDE is going to have the night sights, and I'm holding out on it. I know KS is going to get the black one, so he'll probably get it first.
Yeah, that's right, suckers.
Oh yeah, when they do an A&E gun hoarder show on you, you may have crossed the line.
Yeah, I'm not taking it back to Frank. Todd apparently knows exactly where I go. Todd, didn't you just buy my black PPQ?
Oh, did he?
Yeah. He must
Oh, cool.
Dude, I swear to God, I've never had this problem before with this fucking gun.
The range is saying between Pops, Big J, they own 1,000 pistols. I don't have 1,000, but I got a lot.
He's got 2,000 actually.
Yeah, I would love to see an A&E gun hoarder show. I just don't want them to come to my house.
So the Range is asking me I'm being a whiny bastard tonight. I'll tell you what, Range, come over to my house and I'll beat the living shit out of you, and then you can call me a whiny bastard. Okay?
Come on, be nice.
I am gonna be nice. Don't provoke me. Okay, I'm feeling triggered right now. God damn
I'm
it!
gonna have to spray you with the hose. What you need to do is put that to the side, and I'm telling you, when you're by yourself, you'll be able to just pop it right in there.
Yeah.
You're getting frustrated.
I am. I told you I'm going to throw this damn thing.
You're going to end up making a new hole in it, put it that way.
That reminds me of the Apex trigger in the P320. That fucking spring, I swear to God, was a miserable experience.
Are you talking about the P320 Apex?
Yes, just trying to finagle that stupid spring. It was a pain in the ass.
I did a video on it, and I took after I did it the hard way, I took a pair of little tiny needle nose pliers that I have, and it literally took me 10 seconds to put it on there.
I'm sorry. The Range is telling me he's 5'1" and 300 pounds, and he's in good shape. Holy shit.
Watch out for it, man. I'm telling you what, low center of gravity. They'll grab the big guys and chunk them down.
He's like the size of a planet, man, if that's his real size. Holy shit.
He's a fire plug. Let's see here. What is the, let's see. It says, any idea, Todd's asking you question 17. He said, any idea number of rounds on that PPQ so he can keep a count?
That bad boy was a little over 1,000. A little over 1,000 rounds.
And if you've ever watched 17 clean a gun, holy shit.
What? What does that mean?
I was just gonna say you're probably the most anal person I've ever met.
Yeah.
In the world.
Yeah, that thing was sparkly clean. So he got himself a really nice gun.
Will said he put the Apex on his 320 in 30 seconds. Glad I saw the video. I wondered if you watched mine, because after I put mine in, I showed the quick trip, or the quick way to put it in. But I'm sure there's other videos out there too. But yeah, it is a pain in the ass with that tiny ass spring, especially when you have freaking gorilla hands.
Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah. So hey, I'm gonna ask. Oh, okay. Yeah, Will, watch my video. Good deal, Will. I want to ask WTF SoCal, which is Big Meat Sunday, how he likes his Shadow 2, and has he shot it yet? Oh, look here. Wicked says he's been considering the Apex for his G19 trigger. I've never ran an Apex in a Glock. Have you? I know, KS, you've got some triggers in yours.
I've never done the Apex, but I think it's a flat trigger, I'm assuming. And flat triggers and Glocks are pretty sweet. I mean, I do the Overwatch Precision, and I like them quite a bit. I'm sure the Apex is great.
I'll tell you what, WTF SoCal sent me a picture of his new Shadow 2, and he had a tomahawk steak beside it that looked like a freaking 48-ounce steak or 50-ounce steak. And said guns and steaks, nothing better.
I agree.
Yeah, that tomahawk steak was freaking amazing looking. Said he hadn't shot it yet, but he loves it.
Hey, Big Johnson, turn your speaker down.
I don't have a speaker on. Good Lord. You forget, I'm out there probably feeding the squirrels to keep my internet going in Oklahoma. Good Lord.
Hey, so hang on here. Where are you? Range, you were asking about the Apex trigger on the Smith & Wesson. The only Apex I've done on a Smith & Wesson was on a Shield, and I did the duty kit. And it had about a 2-pound trigger when it was all said and done. It was so light you could just shake the gun and it would go off. And I ended up taking it all back out and just leaving the plunger in, and that worked out really well. It smoothed it out, but it wasn't so light. I think other people have had different experiences with that, but be careful with Apex and Smith & Wessons, especially if you're going to carry it.
Yeah, oh crap. Big Meat Sundays want me to show that picture, and I don't know where the hell it is. I think I saved it. Yeah, I've got the Apex trigger in one of my M&Ps. I've got the 1911 set up, and I really, really do like it. It works great. But yeah, it's about a 4.1 pound trigger.
Wicked wants me to flex. I'm not doing it.
Why does he want you to flex?
I don't know. I'm getting a little concerned. I'm not gonna lie.
Because my muscles are bigger than yours.
Probably. He's probably saying I'm bigger than you. I got a screwed up bicep, man. I tore my right bicep. It's weird looking.
Shit. We can show some scars. Both mine have been rebuilt.
What's your question, buddy?
About what?
I don't know. The range says he has a question for me. I'm going to be getting off here soon, fellas, just so you know.
Yeah, I got to go to this soon, too.
He wants to see your workout progress.
Is that? I got a ways to go still, man. I'm finally crossing over that 10-pound mark, so I feel pretty good. How's the trigger on the Elite? You know, if you ask KS, he'll say it's better. It's lighter. We know that. But, you know, I still think the PPQ is a little better. You know, what's weird is that I was dry firing the gray one today because I was carrying it with me. And the gray one has a little bit of grit in there. I don't know what the hell it is, but it feels a little grittier than the FDE one, and definitely a lot grittier than the black one. But I still think the PPQ is still the best. But it's losing ground. I mean, it's losing ground. I mean, the two triggers I felt today on the Apex or the whatever, the APX was good, not as good as PPQ. But man, I'm telling you, that 509 trigger was sweet. It was a sweet, sweet trigger.
Hey, real quick, here they just sent me the picture. He's got his VP9, same color as KS's, and his Shadow 2, and here's that tomahawk steak.
Yummy.
Look at that bad boy. Woo. Damn, I'm hungry.
Yeah, you know what? I'm thinking that you know, as much as a Walther fanboy I am, and I love the PPQ, Walther needs to do something quick because now you got the VP9 SK. I still don't know why they just cannot do a better job with a smaller PPQ. Get rid of that CCP and make an actual whatever you want to call it, compact, subcompact. I don't really care, but make like a subcompact PPQ. If they can do it for the P99, they can do it for a PPQ.
They probably will next year, I would imagine.
Hey, I got an email from Walther today on the Creed. Have you seen the new, it's the US Creed? It's like a green camo, and it's got some stripes on it.
Is that like their giveaway one?
Maybe so. I don't know, but it looked pretty cool.
All right, fellas, I think I'm gonna check out here. It's getting close to my bedtime. I'm a baby.
Good Lord. Well, you need to fix that gun first.
I give up. I'm done. I'll do it tomorrow.
You can do it.
I have to believe in myself. All right, everybody. So appreciate you guys stopping in and hanging out with us. It's always fun to have you guys along. Love the banter. Love making fun of everybody and all you guys making fun of us. It makes it real. And as long as nobody gets butt hurt, we're all good to go. So appreciate you guys being out there. Thanks for watching. I think the next time we do one is going to be on Big Johnson's channel.
Yeah, next Wednesday.
Actually, I will not be on that. I won't be around. I'll be in Washington, D.C. next week.
You going to meet with Trump?
Yeah. I'm going back into my, you know, I can't really say. Let's put it that way.
Okay. Well, guys, yeah, we'll have it on my channel next Wednesday, same time. KS and I will be on there, and we'll be missing 1776. But oh yeah, don't forget that pistol in your car. Pops is reminding you.
Oh yeah. I never forget. Well, okay. I lie. I forget sometimes. Thanks for reminding me, Pops.
So, but we appreciate all y'all being on this chats, man. This is awesome. Very good turnout. We really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for all the great questions and great comments, man. It's a ton of fun.
All right, guys.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate y'all so much.
I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks, and these guys will be on next week. And again, as always, guys, thanks for joining us, and hope to see you guys soon.
Carry on.
See ya.
Yeah.